Yahweh Shem Yahushai full-heartedly, and he knows that he's a so-called black man, a Judite, and he believes, you can't push that man away. Okay, because here it is, you got his people that don't believe, that look like Israelites, but you got another man that don't look like an Israelite that actually believes. That's an Israelite, because his spirit beareth witness. We'll read it again. At Romans 10 and 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? Yeah, so how is an Israelite foreigner going to call upon the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and be a heathen man? Do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, a servant, as a servant, which is an Israelite. All right, praise and worship the Lord, pray to the Lord, okay, believe in the Lord. How can they do that if they don't believe? And how can they do that if they don't believe that the men of the Lord are preaching the truth? It says, and how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
The apostles and the elders, and all the men that are under them preaching the word that they have given to us. Because it said, how can you what did it say? How can you what did it say? How can you call upon somebody you don't believe in? And then how can you believe in something you haven't heard?
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
And then keep going.
It says, and how shall they hear without a preacher?
And how shall they hear without a preacher? So you wouldn't have heard this word without a preacher, without the apostles and the elders preaching the word. See, everybody that came into the truth, that came into the knowledge and the understanding, they came into it because they heard a preacher, because they heard somebody teaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's how more people are going to be woken up. That's why it says the laborers are few, but the harvest is plenteous. You know, that's why it says pray for more laborers. You know, because if you're an Israelite man, you're supposed to be preaching the word, because it tells you in the scriptures not to suffer sin upon your neighbor. So you're supposed to be coming out here teaching. You're supposed to be teaching your fellow Israelites, look, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good. Whether they hear it or whether they don't hear it, it don't matter. You're still supposed to come out here and do the righteous works of the Lord, man. Right? Because that's part of the law. That's part of the law, to teach your neighbor righteousness.
Yep. It says, and how shall they preach except they be sent? Yeah, so those men that are actually out there doing the work that don't look like Israelites, your typical black or Hispanic or Native American Israelite, he look like a so-called white man, he's an Israelite. And not you fake Jews, all right? You're not Israelites, you're Edomites, okay? How can he do that? Because he was sent to do that, man, meaning he's an Israelite. The Lord created him to do the work. He was sent to do it. How can he do that unless he was programmed and created to do so? Now you are going to have men that fall out, but even those they were still sent to do it while they lasted, man. Because man's goings are the Lord. Even if you're not part of the elect, you don't know why you're out there. Because those goings are the Lord. And what I mean by that is if you don't last, you don't know what you did it for. You did it in vain. But nobody's to say you're of the elect or not. Okay, but by your works, by you proving your own self, by enduring unto the end. But if you're actually out there, the Lord put you out there. He sent you out there, man. I'm going to continue. It says, and how shall they preach except they be sent, as it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. So those brothers and all the men of the Lord preaching the word, hey, it says, how beautiful are their feet. They got beautiful spirits, man. Meanwhile, you got a nigga that knows he's an Israelite, and he'll be ugly and fucking rotten, man. He'll be a demon, man. He'll be the devil himself. You know?
Yeah. Listening to brothers preach the word, just smacking on a burrito.
Yeah, dripping sauce every fucking where.
Oh, no. What tribe are you from? You know what, man?
That's disrespectful as fuck, man.
Hell yeah.
Your parents taught you if they knew anything not to eat at the dinner table, man. I mean, not to talk at the dinner table. Meaning have manners, man. This is spiritual, the dinner table, man.
You're supposed to come up here eating your lunch, man. Listen, you're supposed to be listening. You want to listen to the word. Looking all ugly, just fucking stuffing your face full of a burrito, man. And you know what? And because we're up here to teach, I just stayed humble, you know, and just taught the word, man.
Yeah, because our job is to convince the gainsayers. After that, he couldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
He got the understanding of there being Israelites that were scattered by their father's seed.
Whether he believes it or not.
Sound like Trevor now, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Satan will go take what was sown in a person's mind and make him not believe. Because the Lord opens your mind to receive and believe, and he also closes your mind to not receive. Just like we tell these so-called white people they're going into slavery, and the Lord put an angel, a demon on them, so they laugh and they scoff.
Yeah, to laugh. And
That ain't happening.
Yep.
That's not going to happen.
I think it's a joke. Just like the Lord puts a demon on some of these jakes when you tell them the so-called white man's going to come down and slaughter them, and they laugh and they scoff. Same demon, man. It's like a scoffing demon. Same demon that comes upon a nasty ass jake to come up here stuffing his face full of a burrito while we're trying to preach the word. This is St. John 15 and 16. It says, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go forth, or select that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you." So you have not chosen the Lord, but the Lord chose you. You were sent. That's why it says right here, it says that you may go and bring forth fruit. When you go, that means you're going somewhere, man. Where are you going? You're going out on the highways to preach. Because that's what the Lord commanded. He said, go out and preach to all nations the things that I have taught you. Amen. Freely we receive and freely we give. We receive the knowledge that so-called white man's going into slavery. So we freely tell the so-called white man he's going into slavery. Just like we freely receive the nation of Israel, we freely give it to the nation of Israel who they are and what they're supposed to be doing. If they don't want to hear it, then hey, you're going to have to die.
This is Luke 14 and 23. "And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled."
Yeah, compel them to come in. You compel them with this word, man. You tell them everything that's going to happen. Just like it said, through the fear of the Lord, we persuade. Knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. And we try and tell. It's like when he first came up. I was trying to tell him about Jacob's trouble. I was trying to let him know, look, this is a major calamity that's about to come upon you and all of our people, and you got to get right with. He wanted to hear about what tribe I'm from. That's Jake, man.
It's Jake, you want to scoff.
That's Jake.
You know, the Lord said that compel that my house may be filled. Because what's going to happen when the Lord's house is filled? Jacob, trouble going to come. All right, the Lord's house being filled is the elect being sealed, man. 12,000 of each tribe. Okay? Then the destruction's going to come in this place, man. And all you niggas and spicks that scoff, you're going to get put to death, man. Okay, all these people that walk by that the Lord didn't choose, they're going to get put to death out here, man. When martial law comes, man. Okay? You're all going to get put to death, man.
It's real. It's real.
No, you are. You're an Edomite. You have no chance in hell.
Hey, people gotta wake up, man. People gotta wake up to the fact that the Bible is real. And probably like more than 90% of the world's population is gonna get eaten up, man. A lot of people. You got billions of people on the earth. That number is gonna get rid. Hey, the elect are 144,000 out of the nation of Israel. And that's the people. That's the people that he loves. What's the 1/3? Out of the entire nation of Israel, which has got to be billions upon billions. So, with that being said, the Lord looks at the other nations as nothing but as a drop. He said he likens the abundance of them as a drop that falleth from a vessel, man. Okay? So knowing that, you got to realize that if he's gonna put such a massive depopulation on his own people, what is he gonna do to the other nations? What is he gonna do to the people that he hates, man? What is he gonna do to the so-called white people, which he hates, man? That's the God of the Bible. He hates you, man. How great is the depopulation of these other nations gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, after 1,000 years, all you so-called white people in the kingdom are going to get exterminated. That just shows you how much the Lord hates you, man. You know, and He's going to set up His people to be kings on the earth, in their rightful position. Okay, heirs of the kingdom, heirs of the throne. He's going to show you who He loves and who He hates. That's what we're out here to declare. Okay, the Lord set us up to preach His word, man, and to gather the elect. Bring them into the fold so that they can be sealed, and then He can come get us out of here, man. And that can't happen if you ain't going out into the highways and byways. It says to go out into the highways and hedges. He didn't say go prophesy on the cliffs of the rocks in front of a fucking ocean, man. Okay? He didn't say to go stand in Lake Titicaca and do a little sit-down lesson. Instead of go out there on the streets.
Hey, man. Hey, you exposed yourself, man. Hey, you showed us that you have a camera and a stand. So there ain't no reason why you can't be recording yourself doing the workout on the highways, man.
I mean, you're doing it in the front of an ocean, okay? All nice and comfortable. All right? In the comfortability of your own home. Probably do it in your backyard or some shit. Okay? If you could do that, why don't you go out there on the highways and byways, man? Are you literally that done? Alright? Is there no spirit left in you? That you can't get your lazy ass out there and go do the work, man? Okay? But this is 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
They are nothing, but they be like unto spittle, man. Like when you hawk a loogie on the floor, that's what the Lord thinks of these other nations, man. The Lord don't give a shit about these other nations.
And that's like in the abundance of them.
The abundance of them, so the multitudes of them, go ahead.
Unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Like if you're carrying a cup of water and a drop falls off. A drop falls off.
Yeah, let me show you an example. All right. I'm not going to go and drink that water, man. That's how much the Lord likes you. He don't care about you. Just like I don't care about what I just spilled out. All right? Now I care about this.
That's what the God of the Bible likens the other nations unto. It's not of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, you're likened as a drop that falls from a vessel. All right, something that the Lord doesn't care about. So, hey, man, the depopulation that's going to come to you other nations is going to be heavy, man. All right, the Lord is going to kill the majority of you other nations. All right, He's going to leave 1/3 of the nation of Israel, but you other nations, He's only going to leave your noblemen, man. He's only going to leave the chief of you to go into slavery, man. Because the first fruits of the slavery are the elites, man.
Good.
It's like the first fruits of the kingdom are the elites.
Good. This is
Everything's done in order, man.
Yep. This is Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 1. Or actually, I'm going to start at 3. It says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Salah, His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of His praise. And His brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of His hand, and there was the hiding of His power. Before Him went the pestilence, and burning coals went under His feet.
Yeah, man. Because there's going to be nuclear war going on. All right, there's going to be nuclear bombs dropping all over the place. And the Lord's going to come down in a mighty chariot and says he's going to have horns coming out of his hand. He said he's going to be shooting laser beams on all these different nations, man, destroying them, including 2/3 of the nation of Israel.
It says, he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered.
They drove asunder the nations. Everlasting mountains are scattered. You got these heathen nations that have been ruling for a very long time. It seems like it's just been an everlasting kingdom for these damn heathens, being able to do whatever the fuck they want to do, man. Just laughing and smiling and playing over the dead bodies of the Israelites, man. Having a good old time being in the dark, so to speak, man. You know, because they think they're doing all of this, and the Lord's not dealing with the nation of Israel. They think they're doing all this, and the Lord just forgot about Israel or something, and just left the earth to be ruled over by all you silly clowns, man. You other nations. Hey, but the Lord's gonna drive away your nations, man. All right, you everlasting mountains that have been ruling over the Lord's people for so long.
What do you think?
It's all coming to an end soon, man. And all you jakes that ain't with it are gonna be destroyed with these heathen nations, man. Because ultimately, everybody said, like Yahweh Shai said, he who is not with me is against me. So if you ain't with it, then you're against it, man. And if you're against it, the Lord's going to kill you, man. The God of the Bible is going to kill you, man.
Yeah, it says, I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? Thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes. Even thy word, Salah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, God. It says thy bow was made naked, man. So the Lord is he's gonna unleash all his fury, man, on this planet, man. Okay, upon all these nations. When the Lord returns, he's gonna come back in the chariots and fuck this place up, man. Okay, I was listening to Apostle Gabar's lesson that he did yesterday about the sin of Judah. Okay, about how the Lord is angry, man, and when the Lord returns, he's coming back with fury to fuck this place up, man. And it put me so heavy in the spirit, man, where I was just telling the Lord, like, come back and just show the world. Come back and just fuck this place up, man. Come back and just fry this fucking place, man. Okay? It was so heavy, man.
Yeah, because these people speak evil against the Lord, man. These people are constantly mocking the Lord, man. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, 2/3 of our own people are constantly mocking the Lord, man, and mocking the Lord's men. All right, so we pray to the Lord, just like the brother said. We pray that the Lord comes and shows His power, man. All right, shows these people who you really are, man. All right, that you're not this all good, all peace and you know, women's. You're not a, you know, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not a women's rights activist, man. All right. He ain't down with women being able to just have sex with 20 dudes and then get married at the end of it all and use this man for his money and eventually divorce him and take half of his shit and then go off and do it to the next guy.
Verse 11, the sun and moon stood still in their habitation at the light of thine arrows. Talking about the missiles, man. Okay? The earth and the moon did stood still. All right? Hey, the missiles are going to block out the sun, man. All right? Just like they got movies like 300 where they were shooting all the arrows, you couldn't see the sun because all the arrows blocked out the sky. Well, that's what's going to happen when the nuclear missiles come to destroy America. Okay? According to biblical prophecy, the Lord is going to shoot 200,000 missiles, man, in which the majority of those missiles are going to shoot on America. Okay? It says, yeah, 200 million slugging. It says, at the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. The glittering spear, those nuclear missiles, man. When they go up, all you see is the light from the fire of the jet engine of the nuke, man, of the missile. That's why the Bible calls the missile, the nuclear missiles, glittering spears, man. Okay? You can't show me a glittering spear today. Alright, they haven't even came up with technology for lightsabers yet, man. Which we're gonna have lightsabers in the kingdom, man. We're gonna have swords like that game Soul Reaver, man. Okay, but that's another topic. It says, thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. And the Lord is gonna come through. Okay? With this army, man. To thresh the heathen, man. To destroy all you nations. To put you into slavery. Alright? Put you in subjection. Okay? And his indignation, which means his anger, man. Listen.
Yeah.
So the Lord is really fucking pissed off, man. Alright, he's not looking at this place to come back to sprinkle flowers everywhere and come back to hug and kiss people. Okay, the Lord is on this place to come and destroy it, man.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me.
Yeah, meaning there's no other power. There's no other gods but the God of the Bible. Okay? Seeing I am he, he said I am he, meaning I'm the one. Alright, you got guys shaking the world who say I'm that nigga. I'm the shit. Well, the Lord is saying I'm the Most High. He's saying I'm God. Yeah, that's me. I'm the one that's doing all these things. I'm in control. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are in control of everything, man. Go ahead.
See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
The Lord kills and he makes alive. Alright, the Lord destroys all these heathen, man. The Lord is the one who opens up these earthquakes, these sinkholes. The Lord is the one who makes these wildfires, like the fires in California. The Lord is the one who puts it in Esau's mind to drop bombs on these other nations. The Lord kills and he makes alive.